Imagine your child is 25 years old. The boss gives your child a problem that no one has solved before. How does your child react? Does he say, well, what am I supposed to do? Or does he say, let me think through this? That's the difference between followers and leaders. Most schools reward the students with the right answer. Leaders become leaders because they learn to ask the right questions. Today, I want to challenge you with one of the biggest assumptions we've inherited from the current school system. I am Carrie Beck with Homeschool Coffee Break, where we help you stop the overwhelm so that you can stop and take a coffee break. You see, I want to talk about the school system and some of these lies that we're believing in our head, and then show how we can overcome them. You see, the school system was built for workers, not leaders. Traditional education often rewards memorization, compliance, following directions, getting the right answers. Those skills have value, but leadership requires something different. Leaders evaluate. Leaders solve problems. Leaders make decisions where there isn't one correct answer. I want to tell you a little story about this. The Wright brothers, and most of you, when you think of the Wright brothers, you're thinking of one person. There were really two of them. They actually used their giftedness. Wilbur Wright was steady and focused. His father described him as never rattled in thought or temper. He was highly intelligent, an avid reader, a talented writer, a gifted speaker. He was very outgoing when he needed to be, but he could also shut out the world when he chose. And after an accident in high school, he was uncertain of his health and future, and he dropped his plans to go to Yale. He withdrew from the world and spent most of his time alone, reading and thinking. His brother, Orville Wright, curious, optimistic, energetic, most impulsive. He was he was actually sort of the one that didn't finish all his schoolwork. He was curious and energetic, wide range of interests. His mind was quick, and he was always coming up with new inventions. When they were pursuing the airplane, it was initially Wilbur's idea, but Orville's enthusiasm is what carried them through during the difficult technical issues that they had. Orville, instead of following the normal junior year curriculum in high school, he chose a series of advanced college prep courses. This meant he couldn't graduate at the end of his senior year. So he just decided to not even attend school that term. That's right. The co-inventor of the airplane never graduated from high school. Despite his lack of interest in a formal diploma, Orville, like Wilbur, committed to broad learning, lots of reading, both of them in all their reading that they did. It would have been equivalent, or I think even bigger than a modern day 4-year college degree. They did a lot of studying on their own outside of school. That's what I want for my kids. I want them to develop and be thinkers outside of school time. They were William and Orville Wright, neither one of them had an engineering degree. Well, obviously, one of them didn't even neither one of them went to college. They owned a bicycle shop. They questioned accepted scientific ideas instead of just assuming these experts were right. They built wind tunnels, tested hundreds of wing designs, and learned by experimenting. Their willingness to think independently led to the first successful powered flight. You've heard of it. You know, the Wright brothers, they invented the airplane. They weren't simply collecting information, they were learning how to think through problems. And that's what I wanted for my kids. And I think that's what you want for yours as well. So instead of saying, what'd you learn today? What surprised you today? What question do you still have today? There's a difference between what did you learn? That's just, repeating whatever facts there are. Making them think about what surprised you. Do you still have a question about today and things that you went through? There's a difference. One checks memory, the other develops thinking. For older kids, I would say, what do you think about whatever that topic is, maybe that they're studying? because that forces them to have an opinion. An opinion is a higher level thinking skill. You see, followers wait for answers. Leaders ask better questions. And great education is less about you, mom, get this, giving answers. If you're multitasking, come back to me. Education is less about you giving answers. It's about teaching children to investigate. It's about you asking questions and letting them discover answers. Instead of saying, here's what to believe, here's what to know, here's what to learn, then teach them how to ask questions like, is that true? How do we know? What's the evidence? Does this line up with scripture? What are the consequences? This helps develop wisdom in your children. Charlotte Mason understood this over 100 years ago. She believed education is the science of relations. She believes that children connected ideas and not just memorizing a bunch of facts. She encouraged things like narration, living books, nature study, and discussion, because those require your children to think instead of repeat information. Let me repeat that. She encouraged narration. You have to think about what you just heard or read in the story. Living books, books that have ideas that you could talk about. Nature study, and that's not just a walk through the park. That's like serious observation and discussion. She encouraged all of that. And those are some of the foundations and things that we encourage also in leadership education. Louis Braille, at the age of 3, lost eyesight in one eye, and by the time he was 5, he had gotten an infection and lost eyesight in both eyes. But instead of giving up, he kept learning. Schools for the blind had almost no useful books. And so he thought, there's got to be a better way. His curiosity changed education around the world, and at the age of 15, he invented the Braille reading system. This has impacted millions, if not billions, of blind readers around the world. You see, his education wasn't just about covering subjects, it was about persistence, creativity, and solving real problems. Followers in life accept problems, and there are plenty of followers in this world. Leaders solve those problems. That's what I wanted for my kids. Leaders solve the problems, and the world, if they didn't, would not have some of these inventions, like the airplane, like the Braille reading system as well. So this week, when your child asks a question, don't answer. Well, what do you think? How could we find out? You might be amazed what happens when your children have permission from you to wrestle with these ideas. And then in closing, I just want to talk about the importance of discussion. I've given you some questions, but discussions are huge. And one reason homeschooling is so powerful is you can have conversations with your children. Discussions develop thinking, and instead of lectures, worksheets, fill in the blank assignments, try asking, why do you think the character acted the way they did or made that decision? What would you have done? Was it wise? Is this what God would want? Discussions, if you can ask those open-ended questions, they will build discernment, communication skills, confidence. These are all part of leadership skills, leadership education. Katherine Johnson was a NASA mathematician. She was featured in the movie Hidden Figures, and she was known for asking serious, careful questions and checking her calculations before she would accept anything. Her intense curiosity and brilliance with numbers vaulted her to the top. Even after computers arrived, astronauts trusted her mathematical reasoning. In fact, John Glenn specifically requested Katherine. He said, hey, engineers, go get the girl, meaning Katherine Johnson. I want her to run the same numbers through the same equations that had been programmed in that computer. But I want her to do it by hand on her desktop, whatever that little mechanical machine she is using. And if she says they're good to go, I'm ready to go. John Glenn, one of the greatest astronauts in the world, he believed that her mind and her critical thinking and the way she worked through problems was trustworthy, not just simply to calculate, but to help make history. Leadership often begins by asking better questions, and that's what Katherine Johnson did. The goal isn't smarter kids, it's wiser leaders. And remember, leadership is influence. Whoever your kids are around, they're going to influence, and that means they're leading. And many homeschool parents accidentally chase better grades, harder curriculum, more curriculum, finishing every page in the book. But I would like to ask you, same question as we started with, 20 years from now, would you rather your child know every state capital or how to make wise decisions? Knowledge matters, but wisdom matters more. In Proverbs, it says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. This is the direction I believe we all need to go if we're raising our kids to be godly Christian leaders. It's not simply an educated child or an academic child. Our goal is raising leaders who love God, who think biblically, and influence the world around them. That is a completely different educational target. Leaders think differently because they've been taught how to think, not simply obey. Homeschooling gives you an incredible opportunity. Every discussion, every read aloud, every family conversation, every family dinner, every question can become leadership training. So replace one answer this week with a question. Don't give them an answer. Ask them a question and just watch what happens. Now, I've mentioned leadership education a few times, and that is all part of my Raising Leaders Not Followers course. And right now we have an early access list. And if you would like to join that, you will become a VIPer and you will be invited to my private VIP chat, which is it should be at the end of this week. And there will be a link in the show notes for you to go and sign up. You also will get early access to Raising Leaders. There's several things that you will get, including $150 in early bird bonuses as well. howtohomeschoolmychild.com/RLNF-wait. Thanks for spending time with me. If you're watching, you can see I'm here at the beach. Haha. I am Carrie Beck with Homeschool Coffee Break. We'll talk to you next time.